Today we got a very small car we're testing. Honda ZGT. Is this car any good? Let's find out. What's good? It's your boy Carspec. Welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna test out this Honda ZGT. Never heard of this car. We're gonna test it out to see if it's any good for actual online racing. So I think the strat to put this car in is C class. We gotta look at the width for the tires real quick. 195 at the front and 195 at the rear. Yeah, this is a great start, man. It's a very small car though, so that might be something. I don't know. We're gonna have to put max width on both front and rear. What is the stock drivetrains? Front wheel drive. This might be just a little bit of a yikes. I don't know. We gotta put street tires definitely. Do we want to go with different rims? Yeah, we'll go with different rims. I'll try to find something cool, I guess. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe we could put on these. Like, I guess I would put this on, to be honest. What if I like increase the rim size here? Actually, we'll do it. Just a little bit though. I'm going to leave it with the stock drivetrain. I'm going to give it... Stock is 35 horsepower. That's a little bit... Yeah. Oh, we can't upgrade the engine because it's literally just gonna shoot it straight up to B class. I don't want to put it in B class. I guess I will just give it a turbo. Give it race springs and dams and the usual race anti-roll bars. Rate reduction it doesn't really need. It's already very light. I will give it some brakes. I guess straight brakes is good. I don't know what we can do in terms of power right now. Transmission it definitely needs. I would even give a sport transmission. I'll put in the race diff, sure. I'll just try to like do the engine here. Okay, so we're looking at 1,161 pounds, 115 horsepower, 0.10 horsepower to rate ratio, 1.5 lateral G's. I literally don't know how this car will work, to be honest. Like it's a really light car, but it is also doesn't really have much power in it, so I don't really know how this will work. I'm just gonna give it the usual tuning and see how it does on the track, I guess. One thing from the get-go, from just driving one lap from this car, is that it kind of handles really good. Like, it's a really good handling car. The corners very well, but I don't think it will do the very best in online races because I don't think it has that much power. Like, it's not really pulling that much. It can barely get to 100 miles per hour just on this straight right here, and that is a little concerning here, right? Like it feels really good and stuff, but like, is it any better than my Honda Civic? Right, this thing has 208 horsepower, weighs quite a little bit more, quite a significant amount more, but also handles well and is also suffering with a little bit of power. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just concerned whether or not this car would actually like be good, like would have enough power to like handle some of the other C-class cars that I'm gonna potentially go up against that will have much more power than I will, right? You know, obviously this thing is very light, so that is a key factor as to why it's the way it is and doesn't really have that much power and doesn't really... It's already like at the top of its class just because it's very light, but you never know, man. I don't know. It already handles well, so maybe in specific races it will perform really good in. I don't really need to do much more tuning for the car, so we're just gonna go straight into racing, to be honest. Okay, so we got one other person in here, Celica. So can't really find out here. It's really just between me and him. But this car seems to have decent acceleration, but I feel like top speed is where it's gonna suffer. It's very good for cornering though. That's the thing that it really has over the cars it's gonna compete against. But for street races, you definitely do need to want to have like a car that is good for power. This car does not have that. Like, obviously the Celica is gaining right now because it just has so much more power than I do. Like, it's just a really big difference in terms of like power difference. He's really like just gaining away from me. It's really pulling away from me, and I don't really have much to do besides that, you know? So, you know something? I have an idea. I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to put on its stock tires, the vintage tires it has. Yeah, after like testing this car out without street tires in C class to putting it in B class, this car is just in a weird spot. I don't know how else to say it, bro. I'm gonna check real quick if you're able to do D class races for street. I don't think so. Is, you know, it just goes to, yeah, it goes to C. You can't really do D class racing. I think it would probably be good at D class to be quite fair for itself. I can't really do much to the car in C class because it just doesn't have that much power. It's like D100 by default. Like, you can't really put it for that. And for B class, it literally does not want to turn the minute I start putting gas on it. So if it had as much width as the Honda B, maybe it would actually like be good, but nah, it's not good for B class either. So I think the best bet for this car is putting it in D class and doing rivals, something that I have yet to do in these type of videos. So this is definitely a first. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just make it stock completely for D class. I haven't really tried D class before. I don't really know what to do here exactly. I'll probably just go for the vintage race tires or the Y walls. I'll go for the Y walls, give it the width it needs. And what I'm gonna do is give it race springs and dams just so I can like upgrade like those things, you know, or tune those things properly. I will give it street brakes so that I can actually like brake just a little bit better. I will give it a turbo. I will give it sports transmission, and with that I will give it race diff so that I can fully upgrade that too. And now I'll just upgrade the power, I guess. Okay, so now we're looking like 81 horsepower, 0.07 power to weight ratio. It weighs just a little bit more and has a quite significant amount more lateral G's. So it is going to be quite interesting where this is going to be placed in the B class category. I don't know exactly. I'm going to give it the similar tuning as I did for its C class build. To be honest, I think it will actually like do really good for rivals D class anyway. Definitely in the smaller circuits though, like this circuit over here. So we're going up against a Honda City. Honda City I think is pretty good. Car overall, it probably is pretty good in D class. I have no idea, but not even the running lap and we're beating it. So this car just feels great, man, in D class and C class even. We easily beat our rival, which is interesting. We're gonna go to the next person just so we have a little bit more of a challenge. I don't know where we're ranking at overall in the leaderboard here, but we're just gonna keep just beating rivals and see where we rank in the leaderboard. Okay, so this guy is much faster, seems like. See how we do it against this guy here. Yeah, but so far I think this car is just really great, bro. It really does its job. I have no complaints for it regards of that. I think I'll probably give it a tune for D class just because I think it does have potential if you're doing like rivals. Like, this is not even the running lap and I just beat him just then. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't yet to do a running lap in this car so far. So this guy is also in the Honda City, so okay. He's got some downforce in his car as well, so that's cool. I don't think I will be able... Actually, wait. Yeah, I'm just gonna beat him again. I'm just gonna beat him again. Yeah, that's crazy. That's my third rival, by the way. I'm gonna try to get a really good lap in to see how I do overall. But yeah, like, this car is just seems to be good for D class. I think D class is just right where it needs to be. I think anything higher, it just will be underperforming against any other car just because it just lacks power. And that was a pretty good lap. I'm gonna see how it is on the leaderboard right now. Wow, so I just got to the top 500 spot on this circuit specifically just by doing just a little bit of laps. That's actually quite interesting because I'm like right next to the like Honda Beats, Honda Actis, Honda Cities, Nissan Pals. Like that's quite interesting, man. I can't lie. That is quite interesting. We're gonna try another circuit, maybe Hokubu, and see how I do in that. We're gonna go up against, I guess, the top 500 spot and see how I do against that person. I'm not even on the running lap. I just started this and I'm already gaining. So I think that alone tells you all you really need to know if this car is actually good or not. Seems to be really good, man. Like this guy is really not the best in corners, and I'm just gained on him just in the not even the running lap, just the beginning lap. I think that's all you really need to know for this car. It's not the best in C class, and it definitely is not good in B class, but it definitely is in D class. So I think this is where this car really shines and makes sense, because the car came stock D100, so the lowest PI possible, right? Yeah, man, I think it's just pretty solid for this class. If you really want to like do some D-class rivals and some good lap times and go on the later, the top of the leaderboards, you probably can do pretty well in this car. Sadly, though, you cannot go into actual online racing. There's no available D-class racing at this moment in time for this game, so definitely cannot experience any of that. But if you want to do some rivals, you're a big fan of rivals, and you need a D-class car for road circuit racing, this car has got you covered, I guess. You have the DLC, of course, and don't like using, I guess, the Honda Beat all the time and like the Honda City all the time, or the Nissan Pal all the time. This is a different car for you. Let me just check out the leaderboard we just got just now for Hokubu. We are literally just shying away from the top 100 spot, which is actually crazy. And I don't know why it's saying it's all-wheel drive. It's not all-wheel drive, but that's literally insane, bro. Like I literally just did a little bit of this, and I'm literally almost on the top 100. I don't think I've ever gotten to the top 100 ever. So doing it in this car is, hey, it might be meta. I actually don't know. This car might be meta for D-class. I will say we finally have a good car. We finally have a good car after all of these weeks of testing out new cars. We finally have a really good car. So if you're looking to do D-class rivals, this is the car for you. You probably also could mess around with it and, putting like a crazy engine on it and just messing on and about and other things too. It probably is really like nasty in terms of that, but for D-class racing, it's also really good. So if you really want to try it out for that, this is a good option. I'm definitely gonna make this a tune, probably gonna get a tune video sometime this week as well. That's it, guys. I will see you guys next week with another car, hopefully. If not, then there's no video, but I'll keep it up with these videos if there's a new car I want to test out. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.